Hello beautiful people, I am back. Okay, so this video is going to focus on Neptune retrograding in the sign of Pisces as well. This particular retrograde also happened on the 2nd. Yeah, so yesterday. Today is July 3rd. Yeah, this retrograde began yesterday, July 2nd, 2024. So that means that right now we have two current planets retrograding at the same time. So that is a lot of reflecting, a lot of emotional energy that is taking place at this particular time. I want to say that this is a great time for you to really hone in on understanding and really knowing who you are as a person, or at least being intentional with your own energy and someone else's energy. So specifically to focus on the Neptune retrograde happening in Pisces. This particular planet is associated with inspiration, dreams, psychic receptivity, illusion, and confusion. So to focus on the last two, I will say that with illusion and confusion, because this particular planet carries a youthful, naive type of energy to it, and it doesn't really have like a structure in an abstract kind of way, this is where the illusion and confusion kind of takes place, especially when you have Saturn in place as well, and that is kind of taking away that discipline or that boundary aspect, because you don't have so much structure around the things that you are allowing in and out of your life, or certain boundaries that you are not so much strict on. This can kind of be negative in a way, because with illusion and confusion being there, this makes the separation between reality and illusions kind of blurry. Okay, and we'll go through that later in the notes. With this retrograde, it encourages us to embody a coming of home on a soul level. Okay, because with Neptune being a planet of inspiration and dreams, this is allowing us to kind of connect back home with our true selves, especially in childhood aspects, as far as dreams that we can let go of and picked up, the usual 9 to 5 job. This is where you'll be allowed, or a little more freedom to be creative in your ways, especially in side endeavors that you choose to pick back up, or projects that you never got to finish. This is a perfect time for you to go back in and reflect on what you haven't gotten to finish since the first time that you picked it up. Let's see. And then with Neptune diving into Pisces, the 12th house ruler, say, this is allowing us a great way to dive into that sixth sense. So yes, you have taste, smell, all that kind of stuff, but this is more of the psychic aspect of yourself, the spiritual aspect of yourself. This is allowing us on a collective type of way to really dive into those spiritual aspects that we may or may not focus on a day-to-day. So with us being in Pisces and Neptune being there as well, this is going to have a part of where the veil between reality and the spiritual realm, that veil between both of us is going to be very thin. So this is a time where a lot of people are going to have a lot of downloads, a lot of spiritual interactions, a lot of synchronicities. I know for sure, me personally, I've seen a lot of repetitive numbers. So with that being said, I would say this is a great time for you to make Google your best friend, okay? Because with these synchronicities, this is allowing you and your higher self and your spirit guides to really be in touch with each other at this time. If you are not a person that is really spiritual or something like that, I would say really entertain the idea, because this can give you a lot of insight into your subconscious and what the things that you need to focus on and the things that you probably need to let go at this time, especially with this retrograde beginning July 2nd and ending in I think November or December. I have to double check on that one, but I believe it is either November or December. And that these two retrogrades are really shaping us to be the best version of ourselves starting in 2025. So really take these two retrogrades serious, okay? Now let's see. I also got a download that there's a lot of psychic energy going on. This is going to be a time for a lot of people where they're going to have a lot of come to Jesus moments, okay? Where you might even see on social media that a lot more people are talking about paranormal activity, or where they're talking about certain messages that you may not specifically be able to look it up verbatim, but that is going to be a spiritual download for the collective, okay? And I'll talk about generational influences as well, because this is a collective evolution rather than just individual healing and individual introspection. This is more of a group type of transcendence, if that makes sense, especially spiritually. With this new level of transcendence, it is imperative for you to be discerning. If you're not already discerning, I suggest that you pick up your Psalms, you pick up some type of spiritual practice that keeps you grounded and also keeps you in the stance of truth. Always seek truth, because with us having the planet of karma and then along with the spiritual realm, this is an imperative time for you to really hone in on something that allows you to be grounded in your energy and allows you to discern between truth, reality, and illusions and deception and all that kind of stuff, especially confusion too, because with the veil being thin, some of us are going to struggle with trying to figure out what specifically is real and what is not real. And along with that, this is a great time for you to journal and be aware and be intentional with your weak points, because those weak points are going to be focus areas for energies that are not of the highest good, or energies that are not beneficial to you and your spiritual path and your higher self, okay? Along with that, there may be a lot of trickster energy, a lot of deceptive energy, a lot of elusive energy. So really take note and take inventory of how you are right now and where you are trying to go, especially in your spiritual goals. So say for instance, if you want to be more connected to spirit, if you are having a lot of people that are disconnecting you from that goal, it's really time to take inventory of those types of friends and really align yourself with people, places, and things that are helping you to align with that particular goal, okay? Especially in dreams as well, aspirations, inspirations. If those particular people, places, or things are not aligning with that, or not helping you to elevate on a certain level, it is time to cut those relationships off. And I think this will also be a great time, or an easier time, for you to be comfortable with those relationships and those things, to exit your life more easily, okay? I think this time, because people are coming back home to themselves, this is going to be a really great time for reality checks, especially within ourselves, to where we are able to see, okay, I see that you are not aligning with me. I see that you are not really helping me to elevate, especially in my spiritual path or things that I am aspiring to do or be at this time leading into the new year. Now, let's see. Let me make sure I'm touching on everything that I put down as well. With these weak points, take note of where you are struggling as far as boundaries, and also where you are struggling to say no, because with that, these type of low vibing entities and spirits and people as well, mind you, we are all spirits as well. So these, I'm even getting like low hanging fruit. These low hanging fruit type of energies, they are gonna be prone to attacking those type of areas of your life. Okay, really take note of where you kind of struggle with those things, because this could be an initiating pathway to self-destruction in one way or another. It doesn't have to be on a large scale of like addictions or anything, a thing of that. Even though that is incorporated into it, it could be on subtle levels as well. So it could be your finances. You could be self-limiting or self-destructing yourself in your finances. If you know that you are trying to save for a house, save for a car, but you know that you have like a really bad spending habit, or you struggle with trying to save or something like that, really take note of that and incorporate ways that you can alleviate that type of weakness, or that you can strengthen that so that it works better for you and not against you. This is also a time, now I even felt that like the divine feminines, we had our awakening first, and we have kind of, at this time, we've gotten our own footing on the ground of like really working our way into becoming our better selves. But now, especially with this retrograde in particular, this not only on a collective type level, but especially for the masculine and the divine masculine, this is their initiating point for them. So maybe leading into next year, you might realize that maybe somebody that you had to walk away from, they're awakening to the point where they are ready for a reunion, where they are ready for a more deeper commitment or a deeper connection. Okay. Now this also, side note, it is also, we also still do have the free will. Everyone has free will. So with that, yes, everybody is awakening. Yes, this is a transcendence, but also realize that everybody has their own free will, and that your particular person or somebody that you thought would wake up around this time or something like that, they may or may not. So really be aware of that, and really take note if you are okay with that person not transcending with you and not moving forward with you in the way that you maybe thought they would. Okay, and this pertains to career and finances and all that kind of stuff, but I know we all seek love, we all seek connection, so that's why I speak more for relationships. Neptune has a generational influence to it. Like I said, this is a collective transformation and a transcendence. So with that, we are going to be really stepping into our spiritual side in more of a cluster. And like I said, really focus on this in social media, because you will tend to see how the collective is evolving on a social level. And when it comes to social media, you'll see that a lot on social media, how it'll come more into your view as we move along the rest of the year. Now with that, because we are elevating on a soul level together and a social level together, this will also be a yearning for truth and for the transcendence. So a lot of people that are rejecting or that are fighting against this truth or this transcendence or this upgrade on a soul level, those will be the people that will kind of fall wayside. And I'm even getting that you might even one day wake up or realize like, hey, whatever happened to that person, and like you didn't even see them fall off the face of the earth. It just kind of happened. Not saying that they like die or anything, but that connection kind of just severs, and you don't even know what happened. It's just one day you guys stopped talking and nobody ever reached out ever since. And that's because you or that person, which I'm really talking to my collective, because I feel with you being drawn to my channel, I feel that you are really elevating and you're really starting to wake up to your own reality. So with that being said, I feel that the people that have fallen off, you have elevated to a point that they are not ready to elevate with you, and because of that, on a soul level, you guys just don't connect anymore. Or even on a surface level, it's like, hey, and it's just like, I don't know, I don't like the same feeling that we had towards each other, towards that friendship, towards that relationship is not there, because we're going to be seeking more something that's deeper rather than superficial, how it's been in the past years. Okay. Cycles that may have been repeating, those are going to be severing. This is a time where the universe is really creating a chopping block for things that are hindering us, things that are blocking us. Everything that is not transcending with us, those will be severing, those will be blocked. Those cannot come with us in our elevation. Like I said, be aware and take note, journal your weak points, especially the known ones. As we move about this retrograde, and also with the Saturn retrograde, you will continue to get downloads of certain points in your life or aspects of your life where you kind of fall short. Okay, and with that, can really lean on those journaling techniques, because that will help you to know who you are, know thyself, and you will not be swept into the illusion of this world, because you already know who you are. You already made a stance, and it's just what it is. Now, with the aspirations and the dreams, really take time to explore on a lighter level those areas in your childhood, or dreams in your childhood where you kind of left them behind, or you kind of forgot about them, because this will also allow you to enhance those soul remembrance kind of not chips, but like pieces that you left behind of your true self. The younger you are, the closer you are to the spiritual realm, because of course, as newborns, as young people, as toddlers, whatever, younger you are still fresh and still connected to the spiritual realm in a way. Okay, so with that being said, really connect to those childhood memories, those childhood places, even going back to your hometown, because this will really help you to remember who you are on a soul level. It'll even, like, say for instance, like nostalgia, those feelings and emotions that are connected to that, the positive ones especially, those will help you to realize who you are. On a superficial level, this could be childhood field trips that you used to take, your hometown, childhood favorite ice cream. I even got that. But like, those feelings that arise with that will really help you bring that into your present life. So if chocolate ice cream was your favorite, whatever that feeling was, however you felt about that chocolate ice cream when you first took that lick, when you first took that bite, whatever, see how you can incorporate that in your adult life, in your everyday life. That way you have not only a sense of a heightened vibration, or a lighter vibration and a higher vibration, but it also allows you to feel that warmth on a soul level. And it really, I don't know, it anchors you in your spirituality. Okay, in a strange way. But like I said, the younger you are, the more you're connected to your to the spiritual world. Now, moving on. This is also a crucial time for you to set up support systems, because like I said, with us having such a thin line between boundaries and a thin line between illusions and confusion, those just one time type of phrases or those just one time type of experiences, those can also play a part in self-destruction as well, or self-limiting in some type of way. So with setting up those support systems, this helps you to avoid toxic temptation. Okay, and this will also be broken down into detail on astrostyle.com. It'll help you really hone in and figure out and understand how this Neptune retrograde, how that'll play a part in your particular horoscope as well. But yeah, so really be aware of how you are moving, how you are showing up, not only for other people but for yourself. Okay, it's for yourselves. Also take note, with us being in a retrograde and boundaries, like I said, and then you have the spiritual realm, you have people elevating, like it's a lot of movement energetically. So with that being said, if you know that you are not a person that really commits to something or that really is serious about their promises or something like that, this would not be a good time, especially for anybody, really anybody. This is not a good time for you to set long-term commitments, contracts, whatever. Now, if you feel that this contract or these commitments are something that you can actually align with and something that you can actually hold on to on a long term, by all means go for it. But short-term commitments will be beneficial right now. Promises, contracts, commitments, whatever, aim for short term and then work from there, versus trying to aim long term and then it falls short somewhere or it goes left. Okay, I got through that a lot quicker than I thought I was, because as I was like researching this and going through the different points, I was like, this video is probably gonna be a while. I am gonna pull a healing card for the end, just so we can kind of get a collective energy to how we can move forward in this particular energy. But for now, we're gonna move on to the journal prompts that'll really be beneficial for you at this time. If you have your own journal prompts, that is great as well, but I guess we can go ahead and get you started on some beginning journal prompts. So the first one is, what spiritual practices do I have in place that allows me the ability to see beyond the illusions? Or there is, what spiritual practices can I incorporate to see beyond the illusions? For instance, like I said earlier, it could be a Psalms prayer if you believe in Psalms prayer, or if you have a Bible verse that you tend to go to, or I don't know why I'm getting playing cards, but like if you read playing cards, by all means do that. Maybe somebody in the collective does that. Tarot cards, oracle cards, however you speak to your higher self, or however you connect with something higher than yourself, really lean on that at this time, because that will allow you an anchor while there is so much energetic exchange and energetic elevation going on. Okay, and this will really give you a place to lean on so that you are not swept up in illusions and toxic temptations, along with exes and all that kind of stuff. Really take note of who and what is beneficial for you and your goals at this time. Okay, the next one, what childhood memories or experiences bring me back home to self? What childhood memories or experiences bring me back home to self? Incorporate the feelings or emotions that you feel to bring that same experience into your adult life. The third one, as I examine every aspect of my life, where do I struggle to set or stick to boundaries? Or where do I struggle to say no? What practices can I incorporate to strengthen this? I will also incorporate these journal prompts in the description below. That way you have a reference point and you are able to use these to really get started on this retrograde and really get a good footing as we begin this retrograde along with the Saturn retrograde. If you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy. I almost forgot to hold on before we get out of here. Sorry, I almost forgot about the healing oracle card. Let me shuffle one more time. All right, the Neptune retrograde. How can we move towards it? Birth. Let's see, birth with fall. So with this, like I said, you'll be first. The first card that came out was birth. I don't know if you can see it. What I'm getting from this is that a lot of people, there's gonna be like a circuit of energy. Okay, so on one end there's gonna be a flow of where you're allowing things to exit out of your life, but also where there's going to be things coming into your life. So it's going to be like a kind of like a full circle, but it has an opening. You know what I mean? With that, I feel that there should be like a sense of peace as things exit your life. I feel that there's also, with her holding her hand to the stars, like I said, this time is going to be crucial for you to lean on your spiritual practices. Okay? And really keep in mind your dreams. Really allow them to flow into your life. I'm even getting that these could be subtle. So like I said, with the synchronicities and all that kind of stuff, those, it's not like they're gonna just like jam into your life, you know what I mean, and just like drop into your lap. But there's gonna be subtle and like one by one type of like initiations, and that eventually, especially going into 2025, you're gonna see those things really flourish. Okay. And then with 16, the fall card, like I said, this is going to be a really crucial time for you to allow those things that no longer serve you, those people that no longer serve you, to like easily leave your life. And with the fall card, along with the birth card, as I said, why is it trying to leave my mind? When I said that there's going to be people or places that like vanished in a way, not saying in a physical death, but the symbolic of it with birth and fall, because fall is typically the ceasing phase, the death phase right before we get to winter, where everything is just, you know what I mean, it's just like flatline in a way. With us being in between those, that veil is going to be thin. And with that, you really have to be aware of who and what is for you and not for you. And like I said, with that fall card, you're really going to be in a state of like peace as these things leave your life. This could even be like generational traumas, generational curses, generational whatever. There's also going to be a lot of people that are clearing this, especially like every time I get this card, I always get like the grandmother. She was the root of having to bear this fruit, maybe this rotten fruit, whatever that is for you. But I feel that people that are here on this particular timeline, you are being called, especially the divine masculine and feminine, you are being called to sever from those traumas and pains and all that kind of stuff. You are being called to really mend this. And like I said, with that being said, new levels, new devils. So really be discerning of the things that you are watching, things that you are listening to, things that you are allowing into your particular energy field and like perception. Really be intentional with those things that you are allowing into your life, because those low vibrational entities and spirits and whatever, they're really going to be trying to hold on to people to keep them at this sleep type of phase, especially with social media. It'll really probably hit there as well, because that allows people to be at the same level at the same time, if that makes sense. And then in today's age, everybody is so hone in on their phones, hone in on social media. So yeah, really take note and be intentional with what you are watching and the things that you follow, the things that you entertain, because that could be the rise or fall of your spiritual transgression, spiritual progression, all that type of stuff. Okay, that is all I am getting. People are definitely going to be shedding that ego type of aspect, to where they're more so leaning on what makes me feel authentic, what makes me feel good. Yes, it may be opposite of like the people around me, but how do I feel about it? You know what I mean? To me, it feels ooh, I just had a word and I lost it. But to me, it feels authentic, but it feels like a drive or like a passion. Like it feels good to me, but to other people around me, it may not be ideal for them. And with that being said, if you are thinking like that, journal, because it's like, why do you feel so attached to those opinions that you are not allowing yourself to show up as you? You know, really take note of your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, because that will give you a leeway into your subconscious and the things that are holding you back from this transcendence. Either way, the universe is push people in a loving way, but also like a hello, you know what I'm saying, like a like a grandmother. People already know, yeah, like, yeah, you can kind of tiptoe around your mom, but when it comes to that grandmother energy, because she carries such this wise, this no nonsense kind of energy, people are really, especially on a universal level, I'm talking about the universal grandmother, the grandmother to all of us that are living, breathing. That goes for trees, humans, animals, whatever. This grandmother type of universal energy, she's really gonna whip us into shape. That way, when we come into the new year, we are gonna be newer, better, elevated people than we started in 2024. Okay? So really keep that in mind. I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing your energy with me. And with that being said, I am out. Bye.